A federal judge on Tuesday sentenced a Chicago street gang member to 10 years behind bars for stealing more than 100 newly minted guns from a Norfolk Southern yard, saying such thefts have contributed to an epidemic of violence in the city. Before sentencing, a prosecutor also described what he said was a little-known but active criminal subculture where thieves, such as Andrew Shelton, regularly target trains in Chicago, the nation's #1 rail hub. Shelton and 7 other gang members slipped with relatives into the South Side Yard on April 12, 2015, to steal the guns, which were en route from New Hampshire's Sturm Ruger Co. weapons maker to Gunnarama Wholesale in Spokane. Shelton, 43, and the father of 10 children, should have known better than anyone how guns shatter lives because he lost his dad to gun violence and has been shot 12 times himself, Judge John Tharp told the hearing in Chicago. Some of Shelton's fellow thieves had also been shot and their relatives killed. But they only looked at the guns and saw dollar signs when they came across them, the judge said. They just didn't care what those guns would be used for. Standing in orange jail clothes and his legs shackled, Shelton told the judge in a brief statement before the sentencing that he was sorry for what had done and added, "I want to renovate my life." Shelton looked down, unmoving, when Tharp imposed the sentence. Shelton, who Tharp called a serial train robber, has been convicted 6 times before for stealing bikes, shoes and other items from trains. But Tharp said pilfering and selling new guns, which are coveted by criminals because they're harder to trace, was in a different league. It's different than selling sneakers out of the back of a truck, Tharp said. This crime is part of what has created an epidemic of violence in this city. Shelton and the other alleged gang members used bolt cutters to snap the locks of a boxcar with the .45 caliber revolvers, pistol grip rifles and other guns. The weapons fell within days into the hands of gangs and drug dealers in nearby neighborhoods, court filings say. Of the 104 Ruger guns stolen, just 34 have been recovered, according to prosecutors. One was linked to a January 2016 shooting, according to court filings. Another was in a dealer's home amid 429 heroin bags. Prosecutors had asked for an 11-year sentence, while the defense argued 5 was fair. Assistant U.S. Attorney Christopher Parenti argued earlier that a sentence closer to 11 years would emphasize to would-be train thieves who, like Shelton, stumble across a boxcar with guns that they face way too much potential prison time by stealing them. So, shut the door, and move on to sneakers, he said. Shelton's lawyer, Gregory Mitchell, said prosecutors were exaggerating the extent of a supposed subculture of train thieves and were unfairly trying to tie gun violence to the relatively few thefts of guns from Chicago trains. There have been 3 such thefts from the same yard from 2014 to 2016. This year, as details about the break-ins emerged, several Illinois leaders demanded the railway do more to secure gun cargo. It said it would.